Hi, I'm joined by Michael from Green Circuits. How are you?
Great, how are you today?
Yeah, it's been a busy morning and it's really great turnout at Productronica. It typically is, especially after COVID and all the different changes in the world. So it's so far so good, but Green Circuits, it's kind of new to me. I think I'd love to hear from you directly a little bit about your company.
Absolutely. Well, we're predominantly do our work in North America, though we do a little bit of work for customers in Asia and Europe, but by and large we do prototypes of circuit board assemblies, we do design work, and then we'll do pilot production and stage our customers' work, help them figure out how to launch it with full-scale production down the road. And so because of that, you probably wouldn't see very much of us outside of North America. But,
that might be why you're fairly new to my side of things.
Yes.
But would you be able to speak maybe on your growth and your development and what it is you're specifically working on recently?
Yes, absolutely. As a company, we've been around for about 20 years, but of late we're spending a lot more time and we've seen a lot of growth in battery, EV, as you may imagine, not just ground-based, but air, and I think we're going to start to see a little bit more in marine. We do a lot of work in space, we do a lot of work in aviation, and we do a lot of work in medical. Because we're a prototype shop and we do very quick turns, we find ourselves in all kinds of different markets. But I'd see the growth is really predominantly in aerospace, battery, and medical at the moment.
Fantastic. And what do you think is driving that growth?
Well, I think over the last couple of years, we've particularly seen an understanding of what's happening, and I'll use a couple of examples. When we look at where the market has gone for satellites, a few years ago we may have looked at it as something that was interesting but not very large. But I think there's a growing realization and recognition that having control of the communication networks, satellites, not just on Earth, but even the lunar landscape and beyond, is becoming a bit like the land grab from the early .com days. So what we're seeing is loads of satellite companies and rocket companies racing to get good product into orbit, and so that puts a lot of pressure on us from an R&D perspective, but it also utilizes our core strengths around complexity, agility, and high quality. And then I would say things like battery. Obviously everybody sees the broad expansion, even the government regulation pushing towards EV. But we're also seeing a lot of growth in the EVTOL, the vertical takeoff and landing electric vehicles. I think at the Paris Olympics this next year we're supposed to be taking air taxis from de Gaulle to the Olympics themselves, so it's going to be quite a change for us.
Yeah, it's all exciting change, so we all like to see that kind of the development and the tech that comes with it, and it's exciting to be in the heart of it in the industry.
It is.
It's a slightly different question. What do you think sets you apart from not necessarily competitors, but what makes you a trusted person to work with, a trusted partner?
That's a great question. So when I think about what our company does and why our customers keep coming back to us, it is, I think, two things: our ability to do complexity and our agility. Quality or table stakes, because as I like to remind our operations team, it's very hard to do a recall from orbit, so we got to get it right before it leaves the planet.
Yeah.
But that aside, our ability to change midstream, make recommendations on how you can manufacture something a little bit differently if we change a couple of component locations or layout, as well as helping customers understand what the next stage is going to look like, and our ability to handle extreme high complexity. I think one of the more sophisticated boards we do is 96 layers, 15,000 placements, double stacked, recessed, highly difficult piece of equipment to work with.
Yeah, very finicky.
Yes.
You've got to get it right, and like you say, get it right when it's on the ground. You don't want to be trying to pull anything from orbit. So it's really interesting. It's a great space to be in. Hopefully you're going from strength to strength, and it's been a remarkable growth for you, and I hope to hear from you soon.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you very much for taking the time, Michael.
Thank you. Great pleasure.
Thanks.